what makes a good business card stand out. Whether you're a restaurant owner or any business, what makes a good business card stand out? So the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm sitting here and my desk is covered with business cards. Literally, I've gone through in the last couple days stacks of business cards, yesterday and today. I have more business cards on my desk here now, and I'm trying to go through and figure out who's who. So I love to network. I love to meet people. I love to exchange business with other I love to do B2B. So I'm here going through all these massive business cards, and I'm thinking to myself, why am I taking a stack of business cards on my desk here and putting them here and saying, I don't want to do business with them? I know that within a split second if I want to do business with them or not. It's like, and then I see other cards, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, that's really awesome. I'm going to email this guy, and I'm looking more into his business card. I got a second and third. He got a second and third look as I'm separating everything out. So what really makes a good business card? So I said, I need to do a video on Facebook Live, some type of video on describing what I'm looking for, along with some psychology on marketing, psychology marketing, and some tips with a quick internet search that I just did on what makes a great business card stand out. What makes a great business card? So first off, if you're a restaurant, and this is what I teach in psychology marketing, the first things that people want to see when they go to a website, and people say, what do I put on my business card? I'm like, well, it's the same stuff you put on your website. So it's congruent marketing, congruent branding, everything looks the same, but there's are things that make the brain want to buy quicker. It makes the brain say, oh, I'm buying from this person, this restaurant, this business. Or it says, let's move them aside and let's go to the next person, the next business. So here are the three things if you're a restaurant owner. Three things that people want to see when they pick up your business card or your website. They want to see, one, your food. They want to know, two, how do I make a reservation? And three, where are you located? Those are the three big things that must be on your business card if you're a restaurateur, if you're a restaurant. Three things. If you're in a different type of industry, think what are the three things that people are going to your website for, and make sure those are on your business card, okay? Now, when it comes to psychology-based buying decisions, this is the fun part here. Okay, so when it comes to psychology-based, I've taken Charlie Munger's top 25 psychological biases of buying. Why people buy, and most of them don't even know why they're buying. This is why it's a bias. They don't. They just simply make a decision, yes or no. And there's 25 that Munger came up with. I take the top 5 that I feel apply to the restaurant industry, and this goes for any business out there. These top 5 work. The top 20, Munger's 25 work fantastic. And once you start hacking this brain buying, people will start to love you, like you, buy from you, become a fan. So here are the top 5 reasons why people buy based upon Charlie Munger's psychological biases. Okay, number 1 is a reward bias. What's in it for the guest? So this is a great thing. Like, well, what is in it? Nowadays, people are eating plant-based. People want to be organic. They want to buy farm to table. They want, some kind of emotion, like what's in it for them. Or some people just like a free appetizer or a free birthday offer. There's certain things that people want. That's called the reward bias. Offer something on your business card that is a quote-unquote reward. What's in it for them? So, okay. Number 2, personable, the likability bias. Be personable. And I tell restaurateurs this all the time. Like, you at your restaurant, they say, no, I'm at a restaurant. I go, when you open the door, how do you greet people? They go, I open the door and I greet people, hello, welcome to my restaurant, and this and that. And I said, okay, so if you're doing that when they're opening your front door, that's what you need to be doing on your business card, on your website. They're walking in your door. When them looking at your website is basically them going to open the door. Going to your business card, them going to open the door. Welcome them. The way you welcome them is with you on your business card, looking at them, not on the side, not your back, but you looking at them, not other people's backs. There's no likability factor in looking at somebody's back of their head, their back, their shoulders. They want to see you. So for example, here's one of my business cards, and it has a picture of me right on the card. This is my coaching card, right? I'm right on there. They can see me. In fact, I'm on both sides, there and there. And I got to tell you that I'm embarrassed. I came across a couple of my old business cards. I don't even know if they're here from the restaurant. Came across a couple old ones. I'm embarrassed to show what they look like. Because years ago, even until 2, 3, 4 years ago, my business card was terrible. It was terrible. Looking at what I know now, and this is why this stuff is so fun. that I love learning and learning and learning, because you can see these improvements. Literally, folks, if I showed you my business card from 3 years ago, I would be so embarrassed. And whenever we go out and this business card like surfaces in my pocket or something, or an old sports coat, or it just happens to be in the car and I pull it out, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the last thing that I want to give people, because it's making a bad impression. All right, so as I'm looking over all these business cards there's business cards that are popping on me. They're like, oh wow, bam, bam, I'm gonna pick them up, and this is what we're talking about. What makes these business cards pop? So, be likable. Authority. Make sure that they understand that you are an authority in something. People like to buy from authorities. So here's my coaching card. On the bottom, I have all of the things that a lot of the things I've been featured on. So, One Green Planet, TEDx, Dr. Oz, CNN. They want to feel comfortable that they're buying from an expert. So if you're a restaurant, what kind of status have you been featured in, listed in, part of the best of guide, whatever, some kind of award you've gotten? This is super crucial. People just makes them feel at ease right away to know that they're buying from an expert, okay? The next thing is the mere association bias, the association bias. What are you associated with? Are you associated with the Michelin Guide? Are you associated with this, with that? When you're being endorsed by people, when there's mere association, when there's an association with something bigger. Like I was walking in New York City this spring, and my wife and I tell the story all the time. We were walking, looking at menu after menu after menu on one block. Even I think we walked 2 blocks. And as soon as I saw the Michelin Guide, recommended Michelin Guide, the association of the Michelin Guide popping into this restaurant, I didn't even look at the menu. It just, my brain made a quick decision. I'm like, well, if the Michelin Guide recommends it, why wouldn't I like it? And guess what? I didn't really like it. It was an okay meal. I wouldn't go back. I probably would have had a better meal in one of the other restaurants that wasn't Michelin recommended. Not even a Michelin star, folks, just Michelin recommended. So, that association bias, what are you associated with? The next is social proof. Social proof is huge. People want to see that other people like you. So on my business card for my restaurant, we list 5 stars. We list #1 rated restaurant on TripAdvisor, over 500 5-star reviews. People love that. That is crucial. They want to see that other people are having a good time. So they don't want to be the only ones there, or the only ones that they're having a good time. People will buy your product based upon what other people say, even when they don't know that person. That's the really cool part about that. So let's recap that. The last 5 that I've done is the reward bias. Be personable. Make sure you're the authority. Your associations with other things, with other people, other products, other organizations. And 5 is the social proof tendency. They want to see what other people are doing. Now let's talk about the 7 things that are practical that you must put on your business card, or maybe not put on your business card. Things that will make your business card actually stand out. So the first is the size. These are standard business card sizes right here, okay? Standard business card size, right? Okay, this person has a blank back, which I'm going to talk about this. This is powerful too. Okay, now here's somebody who has a not so ordinary card. Different weight, different shape. And I got to tell you, I've been fumbling around with these cards that are different shapes. They fumble around, they get put into a different slot, they don't stack up together, they stand out. A different shaped card totally stands out. A different weight, it's thicker, it's awesome. My new restaurant card for the restaurant for Aroma Time is a different size and a different weight. It stands out, it's really cool. It has the food on it. I've incorporated everything in there. Okay, so stand out. So different weight is 1. Number 2 is different size. So different weight and different sizes are super important. Now, where's that card that had some white space on it? If you have a card that has white space on it, okay, this allows you to make a personal note here. We met at this conference in Orlando. We met here. Nice meeting you. It allows you to write something personal in here. Maybe your personal cell phone numbers, right, as opposed to the company cell phone number. Hey George, connect with me here. Boom, boom, boom. Here's my cell phone number. Personal writing on the back of a card is awesome. Okay, it's like a handwritten postcard in the mail. That stuff kind of doesn't happen anymore. So that is really, really awesome. Make sure your logo. Number 3. Make sure your logo is indicative of your business. Okay, so if you have a logo, it's like this person here. This is great. This person does TVpreneurs, Entertainment Network. Their logo is that YouTube logo, right? Okay, this company here, I have no idea. It's an Apple. I have no idea based upon their name and everything what this apple represents. I don't know what they do. I've had to look at this card. I've looked at this card literally 3 or 4, 5 times, and I still don't know what this company does. Black bank space back here, not taken advantage of. Like I'd have to go to the website. I have no idea what this means. Just no idea. And it's a nice looking apple, but it's not congruent with their message. So chances are I will never go to their website, even though it's on here. Chances are this card will never get looked at again. Okay, so super important. That's number. That was number. Where number are we at here? So number 1 was different weight. Number 2 was different shape. Number 3 was have space to write on, whether it's a blank space or space to write on. Number 4 is have your logo matchup. That's number 5. Kitchen sink approach. I see a lot of business cards, and I was guilty of this for the longest time, the kitchen sink approach. They try to do as many possible things on the business card as possible. This, and it lists, and people look at it and people are like, you know what? That's not, you lose everything. There's just way too much information. Lose the kitchen sink approach. Here's a guy, he has a pizza, he has a picture of himself, he has a picture of a pizza. All right, so now I know there's Sam. I like him. The pizza, and right under it says, "This is how I cut carbs." This is how I cut carbs. Is a piece of pizza. Now I'm intrigued. This is an interesting card. So CEO low carb pizza expert is what's on his thing. It's simple. It's really simple in his name and his contact information. This is how I cut carbs. Boom. Simple. I love it. This guy is very cool. I'm actually going to reach out to him for him to be a guest on my podcast, In the Weeds, Real Tales from the Restaurant Industry. I want to interview this guy and maybe put his stuff in through my coaching program. And then number 7, this is a good one. Number 7, forget the business card altogether. Just forget the business card altogether. Do other promotional things. This Aroma Time pen right here, we've been doing these for years. This pen gets so much coverage. I give this to every single salesperson, every single delivery driver who walks in and needs me to sign an invoice. Now everything's pretty much gone digital with the vendors. But if they want me to sign an invoice, boom, here you go, take a pen. I give away these pens all the time to every driver I have. And like 5, 6, 7 years ago, a friend of mine goes, Marcus, I was at a sushi restaurant 30 miles from your restaurant. He listed the name of it. And he goes, out comes my check presenter. And in the check presenter is your pen at a sushi restaurant 30 miles from your restaurant. He was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I said, boom, just forget I would not give a delivery driver my business card and say, hey, go leave this at another restaurant. But I would just say, hey, here's a pen, take a pen. Chances are they're going to leave that pen somewhere or hold on to that pen, especially if they're a guest or someone else. We have people that come in and say, I love your pens. For some reason, they just write like no other pen out there. And I use your pen. I look forward to coming to your restaurant to get a new pen, right? That's all it takes to get them into my restaurant is a lousy pen. That's brilliant marketing, right? So forget the business card altogether. All right, so again, let's go over there's 15 things here. I want to recap all 15 here, just do a rundown, and then we'll end this video. All right, so 15 tips to making your business card highly effective, be seen, get attention, and create sales. If you're a restaurant, first 3 things: they want to see your food, your contact information, how to make a reservation, and where you're located. Those first 3 things. The next 5 things are the psychological biases that Charlie Munger talks about. Number 1, reward. What's in it for them? Number 2, be likable, be personal. My picture's on my card. This guy here is likable. His picture's there. She's likable. Her picture's there. There's several that are here that their pictures are on here. Okay, so be likable. Make sure you establish your business or yourself as the authority. Number 4, associate with other organizations, other factors, other things that are influential. Okay, just like Michael Jordan, Air Jordans are associated with Michael Jordan. See what you can associate with. 5 is the social proof. Make sure that people know that you guys rock, because people want to support businesses and give people money that other people like, even if they don't know what the other people, who the other people are. They just take their word for it. You go to, go to a restaurant and you sit down, and the person next to you goes, "I just had the meatloaf. It was amazing." Boom, I'm gonna have the meatloaf now because somebody else recommended it to me that I didn't even know that person. This is pretty cool. Now the 7 things, Kevin's 7 key things that should be on your business card: different weight, different size or shape, white space to write. One thing I forgot on here. Number 4, this is why I got confused with 4 and 5. This is really cool. Number 4, do custom cards. Do a custom card. Like if you're going to an event, like a Tony Robbins event, or some kind of big wine event. If you're a restaurant owner, you're going to like a wine expo, a food and wine festival, and you're setting up a booth, make a custom run of business cards. They're dirt cheap to do. You can run like 500 business cards for like $10. It's insane how dirt cheap it is. So make a custom run, so then people say, hey, I met this restaurant at the Hudson Valley Food and Wine Festival, right? Do a custom run, 15, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, you're in, custom run, perfect. So that was something I forgot to mention before, a custom run in small batches. Number 5, make sure your logo is congruent with what you're doing. Number 6, forget the kitchen sink approach. Don't list too much, it loses people. Stick to the biases, and people will want to buy your product. And number 7, totally forget altogether the business card. And so keep your business card, but look way outside the box of a business card. Do pens, do gadgets, do something else, do wine openers, do something that people can actually remember you outside of looking at your business card. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Had a lot of viewers here on our channels. Had a couple streaming on a couple channels here. Appreciate that. Take a look at your business card, critique it, because you probably know now what you can improve. And don't be that person that says, well, I have 1,000 business cards left, or I have 2,000 business cards left. Let me wait until I run out. I know what's wrong with it. It sucks. I'm going to wait till I run out. No. Handing out a bad business card is losing you business. All these business cards on this table here, these people literally spent thousands of dollars to get to some of the food shows that I see them at. Literally thousands of dollars, and I don't know what they do. The business card will go into the garbage. I never will understand what they do. So the lousy $50 that it costs you to print a new run of business cards, get them printed right away. Get somebody to design them. Use those tips that I gave you, and don't be worried about the $50 or the $100. That's very small thinking. You want to think big picture. I want to make a good impression. Remember, you never have a second chance to make a first impression. A lot of it is business cards, and this is now right here. I'm talking about second and third impressions. I mean, some of these people will never get my attention. Some of these people are like, I'm going through this list. I'm saying, what business cards in my last expo that I went to, my last speaking event, are good people to follow up with and call and just be in my network. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And until next time.